And we're going to get started here in a moment. Welcome to Tuesday nights, the Weekly Blend, a place where we have conversations about fragrance, we have conversations about the culture, we have conversations about just anything. So welcome in. Make sure you're dropping those 10 of the day. Make sure you hit those likes. We'll get started here in just a moment. Good to see everybody hopping in. This should be a great conversation as we dig into things. All right, just make sure you hit that like. Twizzy, all right, good deal. Jamel, good to see you there. Coming in, getting those likes in, making sure you drop those into the day. We're going to have a good conversation today. Should be a good one. Exploring the new Xerjoff fragrances. We'll get started here in just a moment, y'all.
Feeling like a whole milli. Smell good. They know the vibe is really silly. Got that fresh cologne, now she wanna get with me. Stepping out the whip, the whole city smelling me. Smell good, yeah, that's a luxury. Smell good, level up your energy. Smell good, now they remember me. Smell good, welcome to the family.
All right, welcome in, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Again, my name is Kevin, and this is SmellGoodz. Appreciate you tapping in with the Weekly Blend this Tuesday night. I know we were off last Tuesday just because it was after the holiday, after 4th of July. I was just like, let's take a break. But we're back in the building. We're back in the place. So good to see everybody that's popping in. I know we're kind of getting back into the flow. I know people are out on vacation and stuff like that, but it's always good to be back with y'all and to have some conversation. So let's jump into the chat. We're going to bring up our guest here in just a few moments because I don't want to belabor the point. I want to make sure we have time to go through the conversation and go through smelling what we got to get in here. All right, let's go. Let's see, Jamel first up saying, my guy, good to see you, my guy. Hopefully that Yummy Love package worked out well for you. I think this is Twizzy. Yes, what up, Kevin? The Smell Good family. Good to see you again, Twizzy. That's a shame about your phone. I got it. I hear you. I understand. Big Red Frag Head said, off topic, got that Fragrance Dubois from Yaman Lil, Fire and Luminous. Yes, it is. I just did a review of that. Definitely a nice one. I've got a couple more that will probably be discussed here in the coming days. Their take on Hedonist. What else? They've got something else that, their take on Rock Rose. So definitely we'll have those conversations coming soon as well. So definitely good to see you. Make sure you all, as you're coming in, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you drop those scent of the days. Today, my scent of the day, we're wearing this from Michael Malone. We're wearing that Aura, that K Tourette Aura. Definitely a solid fragrance. Definitely a nice one that just works. This is kind of like that how can I put it? Fresh, fruity type fragrance. It starts with pear, starts with plum, and just a nice fragrance that just works. It feels kind of like that fragrance that where you want to be confident, but not necessarily be overbearing or be what's the word I'm looking for? Be aggressive, right? It's just a nice fragrance that just works. So definitely that's my scent of the day. Good to see everybody in here. Let me just respond to this real quick, and then we'll get started. I'm sorry. Somebody hitting me while we live. Let's go. All right. All right, that's it. Let's go ahead and let's jump into it. Let's just bring up our guests. We are today we're having a conversation. I'm tapping in. I haven't even opened up the packet yet, so we're going to experience it firsthand. No sneaking a peek or what have you, although it was very difficult for me to not sneak a peek at this, but I was excited about this. Let's bring up our friend of the channel, friend of the cul-de-sac, and really just our resident Xerjoff expert. Let's bring up our guy, Rolf. Rolf, what's up going on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. How's it going for you, my friend?
Pretty good. How are you, Kev?
Thank you. I'm doing great. I'm excited that you're here, excited to have this conversation. This is a good time, good season. I know last time you were here, you kind of hinted that there were some things on the horizon from Xerjoff. You couldn't really go into detail, and you've been busy. You've been around. I know I saw you at Essence, and then you were also at SitFest, I think. So you've been busy too. How's it been going for you?
Well, yeah, this year definitely is the most busy ones. Since I start collaborating with Xerjoff and then work for Xerjoff, definitely this is my second year working officially for Xerjoff.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting busier and busier. The brand wants to expand their, their team to America. We're in the works of actually develop a beautiful American team that is going to represent Xerjoff brand here in not only in America, also North America, like Canada, USA, Mexico, and South America, Central America, and South America. So little by little, year by year, it's going to be easier. The brand is absolutely doing amazing, stunning, tremendous numbers. The new collaboration is doing fantastic, breaking all the records in the brand. And yes, I was a Essence for the Lamborghini event, and also was a Sense Fest 2 weeks later. So I was really busy. But I love it. And in fact, I'm going to California next month because we're going to introduce the Lamborghini collection officially here in North America. Okay. So it's going to be a beautiful event over there in Pebble Beach, one of the most and the top events in the whole West Coast area. So I'm thrilled for that moment. I can't wait. I want to be there with part of the team, part of my colleagues are going to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be an A-list event.
Okay. California is not too far away. We might have to talk it up and see, because where you're going to be in California and
Monterey.
In where?
Monterey.
Okay. That's near LA, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure because I thought San Francisco was kind of close to Los Angeles, and they say no, it's all the way south.
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought they're two different cities or states or whatever, but no, it's actually two different cities, but way apart, right? So I never pay attention to that. And I say, okay, California. So I start calling people, hey, I'm going to be close. Eh? No, it's not that close. I have to take a plane, 7 hours.
Yeah.
What? Like,
yeah. Okay. Monterey is up near San Jose. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's a little different because LA is like 6 hours from me, 5 hours if I'm going to San Diego. But yeah, that's a little trip. So, but definitely that sounds good. Again, it's good to see Xerjoff kind of expanding even more. When I tell you that that announcement of Lamborghini, it was like, okay, that's kind of special, right? Because just from what I know, Lamborghini is one of those brands that they protect their image. They protect their space. They do not, they don't let you play around with it, right? And so for them to connect with the fragrance brand of Xerjoff, one, I think it's just a great combination. It's just a great collaboration. But then it's a special thing on both parts, just because I know both brands really honor and value themselves. They value their brand story. So it's kind of like two titans kind of meeting up and really just kind of producing something special. So I'm excited to put nose on what they've got.
Yeah, I see that you haven't opened the package that I sent you, and I'm applaud. That's courage. That's courage, because many want to smell it right away, but that shows your passion. You want to actually bring the true impression to your viewers.
Yeah,
exactly why. Because of what I said to you, because of what you feel, because at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want to say, spray whatever you want to say, as well as me.
right.
But the last word is actually your skin, because
Exactly.
my skin is different than yours, or sometimes it could be equal or just close enough. But your skin is gonna tell you exactly which one, because that's the beauty of this collection.
Yeah.
There's 3, and it could be like different paths, different ways. I witnessed that.
Yeah, I have actually. I think I remember seeing a couple things when it first launched, right? But I've made a point to let's kind of avoid getting anybody else's thoughts, opinions, impressions. I wanted to have my own, and I wanted to have it fresh here on the show, just because we sometimes, if we're honest, we sometimes will hear things and we'll kind of adopt that lexicon or what have you. I wanted to just basically say, okay, what is this collaboration about? What is my opinion of it? And how does this smell? And just do it right here with everyone and experience it. So yeah, I definitely, it was a challenge for me, in all honesty, just because whenever I get fragrances, if you notice, I hardly ever do like unboxings, or I do, the scent mail. I think I just did one recently, but for the most part, I'm that kind of person that when I get a new fragrance, I kind of like tear into it and like get that first impression off camera. Need to get better about that. But this one, I was like, let's get it on camera. Let's actually get it and see what's going on with it. So I'm definitely excited about that. It was good, Jim. It's good to see you, my friend.
Well, let me start how this is collaboration bloom, because it wasn't like just a short notice. It wasn't just like a last year, last minute kind of like, okay, let's put something for next year. No, I've been holding this news for almost 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And I said, whoa, really? Yes. He said, Sergio Momo is, if you have the chance to talk to him and spend at least 5-10 minutes with him, you will notice that how creative, how smart, and how quick and witty. Sometimes he's so quiet, but then when he starts talking, it's because he already knows what he's going to say, and he's going to leave like a central on your memory when you talk to him. Yeah, he's really, really one of the brilliant minds that I met in my life. I met so many people. Like, I used to work for Larry David, for example, the creator of Seinfeld and Curly, and so many people pictured Larry as a comedian, but he's one of the brilliant minds that I met in my life, and I'm so honored. Still talking to him and be friends with him, I'm honored. But I have the privilege to meet several well-minded people and very smart and intelligent. Sergio is one of them. And he told me, like, just don't say anything. And I said, okay. We are, I was tempted to say it since last year when we met, and we had your live stream together. And I cannot say it, as well. I cannot say what is coming.
Right.
Something is coming, and it's coming also next year, and it's huge and big. People will be like, oh, what? Really? Yeah, really. So it's big too. So I have that privilege, and I just want to honor it. His trust on me. And yeah, get ready, guys, because it's going to be amazing news, great news. And like I said, like about 2 years, when they start talking, going back and forth, as you well said, Lamborghini is a brand that is very peculiar with their privacy, with their exclusivity, with the craftsmanship, with everything that they do in every single country in the world. They're very strict, and also very relying on what their team in each country are saying to them. So they listen to their customers. They listen to the people surrounded in any state. For example, here it's kind of like 10 minutes away from my apartment. There's a Lamborghini dealer where I did my unboxings. So I have to reach out, like the team in Italy has to reach out Lamborghini for
Okay.
me to go there.
Oh, wow.
So even like having this stream for me to send you the samples, I have to reach out to my team, and the team reach out to them and give the green light.
Okay.
So because like I explained to you, we're gonna introduce the Lamborghini collection in the United States next month. So not even the distributor already received the products, but they're gonna start talking about it after that event in Monterrey next. So at the end of August, the beginning of September is when you're gonna see it at dealers, Nostro, Neiman, Saks, etc. Twisted Lily, because it's Euro Parfums. So yeah, basically that's how it started. Lamborghini decided like, okay, let's do it. Lamborghini picked these 3 perfumes. Of course, Sergio Momo introduced, a variety of perfumes. Like I asked Sergio, like it was so easy because I know that with other celebrities in the blends collection, it wasn't that easy because mostly they were frat heads, France fanatics. It's like they love perfumes, like Tony Iommi loves perfumes. Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran and Nick Rhodes, the keyboard player from Duran Duran, love perfume. So even the bassist from Duran Duran, he's married with the owner of Juicy Couture. So we're talking about people related to perfume, but they didn't even know even that they were celebrities. There's such a thing around the world about perfumes. So everything collide, and perfectly. As an example, since I told you that this collaboration kind of were in the talks for the last 2 years, if you go to YouTube and type Duran Duran Black Moonlight video, you will see that video was released a year before the official release of the Duran Duran's perfumes.
Okay.
Because the collaboration started year before that video.
Okay.
So it started in 2021. Can you imagine? 2021, and it was released in 2025. But the collaboration, the very first collaboration, if you type Black Moonlight as the name of the perfume, Black Moonlight, that video was sponsored by Xerjoff. And they displayed Dama Bianca in that video. So those little hints, sometimes you will see in Xerjoff's stories, or Sergio Momo's stories, or even on my stories. But some people don't catch it, because they only want it what we are here for, right? The perfume. Yeah. But
so now I've got to pay more attention to like the small details of what you and Xerjoff promote or put on your stories, because that's the fact that it's been going on for a while as far as you all kind of having this in the background, but it being one of the best kept secrets, because I don't think anyone in the world really kind of expected it. Because when I saw that it was happening, it was like, it makes sense, but it just came, it feels like it came out of nowhere, even though it didn't come out of nowhere, right? It just was like, it was a great collaboration, in my opinion. 2 big brands, 2 great brands.
And I mentioned this to you because I don't want, like, certain influencers, they like to put out content, mostly in a hurry without doing research. And I would like to pass it along the word that this is not just like, okay, let's do a collab. Okay, let's sign a paper and blah, blah. No. That's not how it goes, because part of the spirit and the foundation of the blends collection is interact between the owner, the owner of Xerjoff, and the founder and the ambassador, between him and the celebrity. It could be a chef. It could be like in this case, like a Italian motor craftsmanship, excellence in every single angle that you see every single Lamborghini car. Or it could be music like Tony Iommi, Duran Duran, Brian May, Mascascasi. So everything started organically because Sergio Momo he has so many friends, celebrity friends all over the world. And that's how he started, a collab, a friendship, and kind of like a go back and forth. And then, okay, let's do a perfume. Okay, together. Nothing like in a hurry or pressure by contract.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you that the story is a real story, something that is created from the foundation and ended up in a product.
Nice. Yeah, I think I appreciate you giving kind of the backstory and the back end, just because at the end of the day, it gives those of us that really enjoy this space and enjoy what we do and enjoy just these fragrances. It adds so much more to it rather than it just being, we threw this together and this is what popped out. No, that there's actually been some buildup. There's actually been a lot of thought put into this, that there's been this entire process that's been happening behind the scenes to bring it to this point. And the fact that I think something you mentioned, the fact that this wasn't necessarily fragrance fanatics that did, kind of help with this one as far as kind of choosing things, what have you. This is, people that maybe kind of exist outside of us that are here, that are just like, we're always the notes, what have you. But this is just kind of a true fan, if you will, or even just an outside view of what these fragrances are like. So I think that that's a special thing as well.
Yes, and also I don't want to forget. Also, we made two perfumes with Maison de Benage, which is V15 and V15 Rosé. So they don't even figure it out about perfumes, but when they start talking, Sergio Momo and the director, creativity director, and then one of the founders of Maison de Benage, they figure it out. Yeah, it's kind of like the same process to create a champagne, or create a wine or something like that related to the distillation of a perfume of the oils. So they're like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, because when you sip, you get their aromas. So it's related so well that they didn't figure it out until they were so delightful that, okay, let's do two. And that's what we have two, like the two champagnes that they made it for Xerjoff, these two.
Oh, wow.
And then from these two, create the two perfumes, the V15 and the Rosé, as you see. The Rosé there.
Nice.
So this, and when you smell it, this one doesn't smell more, but like when you drink it, especially the Rosé, is so realistic to the perfume. So realistic to the perfume. And you're gonna see it was coming and you will figure it out. But all these collaborations are superb, in my opinion. Like we always said, Sergio doesn't follow trends. We create a chapter in the perfume world for people to appreciate it, to people to see it, and that's it. We don't look around. We know what's happening. I know what's happening all the time, even with Middle Eastern brands. But Xerjoff also they're on their own path, and to the path that is already 20 years, because this year is the 20th anniversary of Xerjoff.
Okay, yeah.
So great celebration in Cannes in September and throughout the rest of the year. So right now, Sergio Momo is in Mykonos because we have a boutique over there. And he's having a celebration with one of our ambassadors from UK, and to introduce this beautiful perfume, which is called, let me see this here.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Tempio di Acqua. This is Tempio di Acqua. And
I think I did put nose on that they did surprisingly have that in my Dillard's.
Oh, really?
I think I put nose on that. Very nice fragrance. Very nice.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful fragrance. And also it's not in a collaboration, but inspired by a temple in Italy that has like a thermal waters. Okay. So it matches exactly the same color of the windows over there in that temple. It's kind of like a spa.
Yeah.
It's a natural spa. So, well, let me get into this collaboration then. After I told you about it, let me clarify things. So,
okay.
Lamborghini, the actual name of Lamborghini is Automobili Lamborghini. So, Fieruccio Lamborghini is the owner, and the brand that he carries the cars, the sport cars, is Automobili Lamborghini. Why I'm telling you this? Because there are also other kind of Lamborghinis, but they're from relatives. For example, his son is carrying Tonino Lamborghini. So Tonino Lamborghini, is like a luxury fashion brand.
Okay.
They make perfumes. So the perfumes that you see on the market throughout the years is from Tonino Lamborghini.
Gotcha.
There no belongs. It doesn't belong. I'm sorry. Doesn't belong to Lamborghini, to Automobili Lamborghini.
Gotcha.
That's the first thing. The second thing is Lamborghini is the first time that they allow putting their shield, their famous shield, on a perfume bottle. So if you see, the only proof that is a Xerjoff, of course, this sticker, which is like you tap it and you can get the info. You know, you have your phone, you tap it there, and then it gives you the info, this perfume, and then brings you to this website. And also in the cap, you can see that it says Xerjoff. So Lamborghini were very peculiar with the whole entire design. They were actually surprised at how they doing almost the same, very, attention to details. This is, for example, one of the packaging. I'm going to show you all three for you to take a look.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it on the pictures, but these are the boxes.
Yeah, I love the gradients on those. Those are great.
So this is Pierezza, this is Avanguardia, and this is Perseveranza. So if you see the design there, that's the signature design from Lamborghini. So their headlights, the dashboard, the stitching, everything in the center of Lamborghini, it has that design. Okay, in and out of the car, they have this design. It's not the stitching. It's everything. Everything inside of a Lamborghini has that design. Okay, and also they give you this authenticity sticker. There you go. That's the sticker. And Lamborghini also is collaborating with Babolat. It's a French brand that is producing tennis rackets and also paddle rackets. So they made a paddle racket with the Lamborghini logo, which is right here. That's the Lamborghini logo right here too. So how we put this together is very simple. This is giving you the experience of driving a Lamborghini, but to drive the Lamborghini, you need to get into the Lamborghini. So this perfume, Pierezza, it gives you the feeling, the courage. Pierezza means pride in Italy and in English. And then this is when you get into the Lamborghini, feel the steering wheel, the seats, leather seats, the kind of freshness and kind of clean vibe inside of a Lamborghini. This is Avanguardia, which is kind of like the second phase of this experience, the multisensorial experience from the Blends collection. And this is the Avant-Garde. This is when you actually drive in the Lamborghini. And you finalize with Perseveranza, which is the last phase. And this is when the motor, the engine already is off. You have to relax and feel the calm and the peaceness. And this perfume especially is very related to that last phase when everything is calm. But you have the perseverance, that's what it means, Perseveranza. That's what it means. So Lamborghini is so pleased to introduce this beautiful collection. This is the package. The Automobili Lamborghini, as I mentioned before. The X is right here. You cannot miss it. Then you open, and this is the very first time that Xerjoff is producing this kind of holder exclusively for this collection. In Xerjoff, I'm not going to tell you that nothing is going to happen again, but because it could happen, or it could start from this idea to another kind of idea. but this is the only collection throughout the whole entire portfolio that it has this holder. So if you pull it, you can have your bottle. See it here like this. It feels like the car holder from Lamborghini. And actually, this is how it looks, a Lamborghini dash, for example, or the vent. So like I said, so the same design here, you see it in the box. You see what I mean? This, because it's trademarked by Lamborghini. And then inside of that, you're gonna find the pouch. There you go. You're gonna find a pouch. Inside, you're gonna feel this kind of like the leather seats, with the stitching, the same design pattern that I mentioned before. And then in Perseveranza, you're gonna find your leather piece with the Lamborghini logo, and it's a real leather. It's not like, a gimmick. It's a real piece directly from the factory, from the headquarters of Lamborghini. And in every single packaging, you're gonna find, for example, Perseveranza comes with green, Pierezza comes with orange, and then Avanguardia. I don't know how you doing with your Italian. Are you improving your Italian? Are you learning Italian?
No, I'm not learning Italian, but I'm going to pick it up just to take advantage of what I see, because that's fire. That is just beautiful.
Yeah, and then you're going to find the pouch with Avanguardia, which is a blue one, and that beautiful bright and blue. And like I said to you, it's a real leather piece.
Yeah.
So people start making fun, like, it comes with a Lamborghini, or this is the closest that you can get to a Lamborghini. At the end of the day, yeah, why not? Because next time when you're going to see a Lamborghini, you're going to feel it, hey, I want to get closer. So if you know the owner, or they can allow you to get in, or if you go to a car show, try to get to a Lamborghini. Feel it, just to get inside. It's totally different than other motorsport, like a sport cars like that. Yeah, it's like a cockpit. It feels like a cockpit, like in a Formula One. I really wish that Lamborghini can get into Formula One, but not yet. They were so close to getting to Formula One, but not yet. And let's talk about Pierezza, which is the first phase that I told you.
Okay.
And this is when you get into the car, you have the courage, the pride, the kind of like I said, the courage to get into the inside of a car, and you were about to drive this Lamborghini. The name is Pierezza, pride. And if you have the sample, we can smell it together.
All right. So we're going to open up our package, because again, I did not, literally, I've got to slice it open and we'll get into it. Handy dandy knife here. Make sure I don't cut myself.
Yeah, because I secured the package.
Oh, yeah, you did a good job.
So this is when you get into a Lamborghini, you feel the steering wheel, the leather steering wheel, the leather seats.
All right, so yeah, we got it here.
Yes, got it here too. And also you can get your samples at Xerjoff.com, our website.
There we go.
I'm not gonna tell you the notes until you smell it and give me kind of like your first impressions.
So there's like this almost smokiness to this.
Yeah.
But there is a sparkliness too.
Yeah, it's kind of like a vibrant, kind of aromatic.
Yeah.
Light up. Like it's no, you you said it right. It's kind of like a smoky. It gives you that smokiness in the beginning.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not a I don't want to give the impression that it's like a full on like just smoke bomb or incense bomb, but there is this smokiness that's there that just feels, it's a light smokiness, if I can put it that way, right?
Yes. So it's basically incense,
Okay.
but no, not so deep, not so like church,
Right.
not so dark. It doesn't get so smoky
No.
because of definitely has a little bit of bergamot for sure. It's not listed,
Yeah.
but it has bergamot. The spiciness in the opening is a blast of a spiciness.
We're gonna put it here just to see what it does on skin as well.
Yeah. There's like all three needs to be on the skin, but mostly Pierezza and Perseveranza needs a skin. They need it screams for the screen for the skin.
Yeah, because okay. Because there is, so if I'm going with the thought of this is stepping into the car, right? This is getting the courage to step into the car, what have you.
Yeah, this is when you get into you have the feel and the courage to actually, oh, I need to drive this car. You get into the car, you feel in the steering wheel. If it give you that freshness, kind of like an airy freshness. Why? Because in the middle, between the top notes and the bottom notes, there's a marina core, which is basically cologne. The cologne that you wanna find in Acqua di Gio, in those blue kind of aquatic, fresh, clean perfumes. That's what you're gonna find here. That's the marina core.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of geranium, frangipani, a little floral that is not so heavy, not so present, but it gives that kind of freshness. I added up to the cologne, to the marina core, to give that freshness and don't get so incensey, don't get so peppery, because it's spicy. That's for sure.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, because when you, and granted, I'm going off of what the description of kind of what the thought is behind this. This almost feels like opening up the car, and because like there feels like there's, if so, you know how like one of the things a lot of people like is that new car smell, right? This feels like it would be, just putting it all together, the Lamborghini new car smell, because I get like this hint of leather, it feels like, underneath.
Yeah,
that's there. So this is like that first whiff, as it were. What it feels like would be that first whiff of lifting that door, and then just kind of that air that's been in there, trapped in there, kind of coming through. That's kind of the feeling, because there is the freshness of it, there is the smokiness of it, but there is, and it's not a harsh leather, right?
No,
it's not a harsh leather.
No, because that's what I mentioned to you, that there's a key element here, which is I have to take the.
You're good.
Let me just go.
So Ralph has to, let me make sure he's muted. But all right, so we are doing a live experiencing of the Lamborghini Xerjoff collection collaboration. Honored to have Ralph here. There's a question there that Rob, good to see you. Big Red Fraghead, good to see you as well. Let me catch up with some of the comments here while Ralph takes care of what he needs to take care of. Twizzy, I think this is you. Why Lamborghini? Will you do more car collabs to keep the trend going? Because just a car lover would be into buying the collection. I can't speak for that, but my speculation is that there's not that many car companies, brands that might be on that level, and it's almost like if I'm, and I'm just speaking from me, speaking my thoughts. If I'm Lamborghini, I would maybe want to make this an exclusive thing that they couldn't do it with anyone else. That's just my thought. But we'll ask Ralph that and see kind of his thought on it. The presentation, yes, the presentation is fire on this. Yeah, these are ones that just for the presentation alone, I'm like, I might have to figure out something. But this first one is nice. This first one just feels It's fresh enough that it can be worn pretty much anytime for me, right? Anytime that this doesn't feel like tied into nighttime. This doesn't feel tied into a particular type of season or what have you. This, yeah, this is just solid all year round for me. Um, and again, that light incense-y, that light smokiness does not overpower it. It's there at first, just because I believe it's in the top from what Ralph was saying, but it's one of those things that at the end of the day, it's just kind of there to give it some body, give it some balance and things of that nature. It is very, very nice in my opinion. So that is Fierezza. I didn't take Italian, so y'all gonna have to forgive me as far as the pronunciation of it. But yeah, nice, solid fragrance for me. Um, yeah. All right. Let's get back to comments and see what else we got here. Having that said, it's going to be the Holy Grail. I won't want to use them. I agree. I agree. That's one of those. And then the thing that he showed us as far as the holder that you could kind of set it up there is fire. I'm looking at like, okay, we're gonna have to figure that out because those are nice. See what else we got. Live test, absolutely, absolutely. Twizzy's like, I need one. Listen, we're gonna have to stand in line for it. Light smoky due to a race car, like ramping the engine nicely. Yes. Company needs to develop a case that holds them all as display with Lambo logo, like a collector's item. Listen, that would be fire. That right there would be fire. But see, here's the thing, the because it's one of those things that the way you're describing that and the way that I envision that, it's almost, you know how you have those like if you're into collecting like sports memorabilia, you kind of have it just like there and it's like behind glass. It's almost like the presentation of it is nice. If you have the right display and everything, it's like you don't want to touch it. You that's like the holy grail, as it were, of fragrances. I think someone else said the holy grail. It's like these fragrances right now, just the way that they are designed, presented, just everything regarding them gives that holy grail type of a feel to it, that it is just like nothing else matters as far as if that's in your collection. That's the one that from just a fragrance standpoint, a fragrance standpoint, it's like you got to have this in your collection. That's just what I'm looking at, right? Rob, good to see you. Would love to get nose on those, especially if it can be worn daily. Yeah, like I said, this one for me, and again, okay. Yeah, because this, yeah, it could be worn. Now, again, I'm a fan of wear what you want when you want, how you want to wear it. I don't necessarily see this locked into anything, at least for me. It's there's the smokiness, the slight smokiness of it, but it does not, for me, preclude it from being worn in summer. There's some things that, you know, there may be too smoky, too incensey, what have you, that for me, especially where I live, I'm like, I couldn't wear that in 120-degree weather. For me, this doesn't, just as far as the spray that I've got on my little palm here or whatever, it doesn't come off like it's going to be too heavy or too dark, too rich, too ambery, that it, you know, it would preclude me wearing this in the summer. There's still the freshness to this that just works and works solidly for me. Okay, perfect. All right, so that one was Fierezza. And I know Ralph's taking care of some things. He got something he needs to respond or take care of. But this is the orange one. The orange one. Nice, solid one. All right. We're going to give Ralph a chance to get back. I've got the others here. Where did it go? The others here. So we have the blue one and the green one here as well. The blue one came out of its pack, but it's still solid. So we'll get that over there. All right, let's go look at, we're waiting for Ralph to get back. Let's do this. Let's go to See if we get the page up for them. Get the Xerjoff page up. All right, give me just a second here. Make sure I've got the right one. All right, let's go. So this is the page for the Pierezza. Yeah, there we go. Again, beautiful presentation. So we've got here the name Pierezza represents everything Lamborghini has to be proud of, from its engineering prowess and craftsmanship to its design philosophy and Italian identity. Perfume that swells with pride, its dignified sense of self-worth. It's there. So I was just showing them, kind of going through and showing them the website there that they can take a look at. But yeah, this Pierezza is nice. Nice.
Right. So since probably it's been almost 5 minutes, does Pierezza develop on your skin?
Yeah, like I said, it's for me, the suede, I think it is, that I saw there, it comes out a little more. The smokiness is there still a little right now, but it's kind of taken a backseat. It is very much a fresh leather type thing for me.
Like a suede leather, no like leather jacket or shoe leather or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's not, this is like that suede nubuck almost smell, as it were, right? It's definitely not, how can I put it? It's not leather jacket, right? It's nice, soft leather that just comes off like kind of like, because even I've never been in a Lamborghini. I've never experienced a Lamborghini, but I know with my car that I have nice soft leather seats, right? The Napa leather, whatever it is. And there is a different smell of that.
Yeah.
To that than to like your norm, some other type of leather seat. So even that is kind of the feel that I get from this. Beautiful.
So it's multi-sensorial experience, like
yes,
the meaning of Blend's collection, because it gives you that feeling of like a fresh airiness, kind of clean leather, suede leather, brand new car, kind of like that. It doesn't smell like a brand new car, but it smells kind of like brand new aroma.
Right. Like I said, when I was putting it together, just as far as kind of what you explained, what I get from the experience and the story, because again, I love the stories that a lot of brands tell, especially when Xerjoff is telling a story. I pay attention to that. And so when the story is trying to give that first impression, that first piece of the experience of a Lamborghini, I'm imagining those doors come up and everything that's in there fresh out the factory that's coming out of that, because there is that new car smell that we like, that is kind of common around cars. But there are some cars where, again, you have a different new car smell because of just everything that goes into it. It's kind of a little different, a little elevated, as it were. So that's definitely not to relegate this just to be like a new car smell, but it does give that freshness of something that's not been touched almost before, right? It's kind of the feel I get from it.
Do you think it's a versatile perfume? Like you can wear it anytime?
Yeah.
All these jean get-togethers, brunch.
Yeah. What I was saying while you were away, I was saying that for me, this feels like this could be worn pretty much any time. This is a fragrance that for me, even the incensey smokiness, I live in Phoenix, so 110, 120 degree weather, I still could rock this, in my opinion. This feels like this could be in a variety of situations. It just does not, it's not precluded, in my opinion, from just being locked into a special event. It's one of those things that for me just feels like, if this is how you get down, if this is how you flow, this is your fragrance that you could rock at any time.
and it gets woodier, kind of like a cedar wood on my skin, like
Okay.
really cedar wood, like it's very present, more like the suede leather. On my patient, the suede leather is more appealing, more like on my face when I smell it. Why?
Mhm.
Because Pierezza has ISO super. So for
Okay.
certain people, you will even figure it out like, oh, I cannot smell it. Oh, it goes away right away. No, the ISO super is kind of like a playing around with certain noses. On my nose, I smell Pierezza better, especially the leather facets that you're smelling right now,
Yeah.
from when it's projecting from someone else. But on my skin, it gets woodier and cedar, like a cedar wood, sandalwood kind of vibe, like even
Okay.
pencil shaving, kind of clovey as well, because it has
Okay.
cloves and mirror. That's why the mirror gives me a little bit of sweetness on my skin.
Yeah.
There's a very faint line, a very, very, very slim line of sweetness there.
Yeah. Yeah. I can now that I can kind of get a piece of that sweetness there. Yeah. This, like I said, that's a nice one. Again, I'm not going to relegate it to any particular time of year or anything. For some people, they may feel that the incense or that this type of fragrance may not work all year round. For me, I think I could rock this tomorrow. I don't have a problem with wearing this tomorrow just to throw it on skin and see what it kind of feels like wearing it on a day-to-day basis.
I agree. I agree. And it has amber. The amber
Okay.
is very
Mhm.
notorious. And to have the amber, you need ladanu, you need vanilla.
Mhm.
So definitely that, like a very faint line of a slim line of sweetness is there, is present.
Mhm.
But it's no on your face, it's no super sweet, not
Right.
like your Naxos or Comandante, for example. Not like that. No,
Yeah.
no. It's no syrupy.
Yeah.
It's melting, kind of like a very faint sweetness, just to give a little touch, like that amber touch in the dry down.
Yeah. It's a subtle sweetness. And on my skin, the sweetness comes off almost like a component of the suede, as it were, right? Just because the softness of the suede, but it kind of the sweetness that's there is very subtle. It's not an overtly sweet, like you said. It's not a syrupy sweet. There is that kind of, if I'm really looking for it, there is this underlying sweetness that's just there as a hint, right? Not major,
Yeah.
at least off of my skin.
Does Pierezza resembles to you, kind of related to other perfumes? No as equal, because this is a very original composition, but
Mhm.
kind of like in the same vein or the same aisle, whatever you call it, in the same book of other perfumes. Kind of like, for example, if your viewers are saying like, I like this kind of genre in perfumery, would you say like, if you like, what kind of perfumes you would love Pierezza if you smell it?
Um, I'm trying to think because immediately, if I can just be honest, if we're talking incense and myrrh and things of that nature, people might go down the aisle of an amouage, but it's not the spiciness of an amouage, right? This to me is the more. I'll even put it like this. This is the more, just to kind of give frame of reference and neighborhoods, right?
Mhm.
This is the more. I can't think of anything immediately to compare it to, but this is the more almost. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. This is more of the not fully westernized, but this is more of the more mass appeal
Mhm.
that you might expect or get from a fragrance that is, an Amouage, just to put it there, right? Because for me, Amouage is one of those fragrance houses that they have a lot of things that are great, but they may not be fully mass appeal because of some of the incense and spice and the way that they're done. This for me just feels that spice, that incense, what have you, is done nicely. The leather that's there is one of those that just makes it kind of mass appeal, but it does kind of sit in its own lane, in my opinion. There's nothing that I've put nose on that I can say off the top of my head, this kind of is in the space of, right?
Mhm.
Because there's a few different things going on with this. Because again, like I said, when I first smelled it, that incense was kind of the first thing I picked up, the smokiness that I picked up. But even as it's kind of transitioned, it's transitioned to now, like you said, that sweet, that somewhat sweet suede leather that's there. I don't get the pencil shavings or the cedar just yet off of my skin.
Mhm.
So it transitions nicely into this fragrance that you're going to have nicely.
Nice. So it sounds like you feeling like a couple of facets throughout
Mhm.
the lifespan of the perfume, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. To me, is one from the three is one of the ones that I like to call like the more artistic, because it has kind of like two, almost in this case, two facets, two remarkable facets with a like a backbone in the middle that it kind of like pair and marry the two facets.
Yeah.
It's the cologne, the marine accord, the frangipani, the geranium. It kind of like connect those two and it makes it like a truly unique niche blend.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. It's versatile, easy to grab. No double thinking, no doubts. Just like I want to smell. And would you say unisex or extremely masculine? Because
I'm going to say I could see it being unisex, but it for me leans a little more masculine.
or masculine.
It
Okay.
leans a little masculine for me. But for the right, it's one of those that could go depending upon the right skin, because I think this, even just the way you're describing it, the way I'm experiencing it, there is some difference in the way that your skin chemistry picks it up
Mhm.
and kind of plays with it. So it would take the right person in their skin chemistry for a lady to wear this. But I think that this just feels a little more masculine, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely there's ladies that they, in my experience in Milano, because in Milano, I'm gonna tell you something. We invite influencers, right? Influencers that between us, the team, and the Lamborghini team selected. So we select all these people, and besides our guests, our people from the company, from Lamborghini company. So a variety of guests, but the influencers who were selected by the Lamborghini team and the Xerjoff team will receive a bottle of a perfume from the tree. So we have the choice, because I want to clarify that, because some people will say, oh, because they receive a free bottle, they have to say nice things. No, it wasn't the case, because we have 3 perfumes, right? So we only have 13 bottles for each influencer that they pick between the 3. So this is what happened to me. I was at the party, Sergio Momo and Christian Mastro, the Sergio and Lamborghini, they finished up the speech and the whole presentation, and they said, let's have a party. So basically, Sergio didn't even go through the notes. He didn't even explain completely about it. He just told you the experience, and that's it. We actually doing the experience in terms of perfumer wise, if you want to use that word. So influencers came to me like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you like the best? And beforehand, like 2 hours before I start, spraying Avanguardia. So one they show me Avanguardia, another one show me Pierezza, other one's Perseveranza. I smell this one, I smell here. So, well, smell me. So some people who pick one after they smell me, why it smells so different? It's not smell like in my hand. Well, that's the beauty, I like how it smells from you. So I may change a couple of minds.
Yeah.
But basically, all the influencers who got a bottle, we're talking about 39, right? 39 bottles. Those 39 bottles were chosen by the influencers. So they choose what they like. Gotcha. We actually tell them, hey, you grab a bottle and you talk about it, because no 39 talk about the perfume yet. Hopefully they will, but that's not the purpose to invite influencers. Just because, we know that they love the brand, they love to talk about Sergio. And after we screen the whole thing, we decided who's going to be there and receive the product. The rest of the guests, they receive a sample set, which is, I have one here, which is this.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and then you receive the sample set, which is right here. Okay. With this beautiful box.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. So, it's like, and each influencer decided what they like. Some they say like, but I like the other one too. I like this one too. So that's the beauty of this collection.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. You don't have to even push yourself to say, I want all three. But if you want all three, well, I might as well go get it. You know what I mean? But at least they have the opportunity to choose what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there were ladies that they picked Pierezza.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think one of the things that I think, especially in the community, we unfortunately have to keep reminding folks is that at the end of the day, the honest opinion is what you're going to get. What I'm giving you as far as even the other things that I review is going to be the honest opinion, because at the end of the day, if you smell something and it's like completely opposite of what I'm describing, then you're not going to trust anything else that I have to say. And then for me, that means my channel starts to lose traction, what have you. I'm not going to sit here and lie about a fragrance, because at the end of the day, it is subjective, and these are the ways that I feel. But I want to try and be as honest about what I'm experiencing, what I'm smelling, because at the end of the day, somebody's going to check you, right? One way or the other. Somebody's going to smell it after you and be like, "No, Kevin, that was completely off," right? And then even, as far as the influencers, at the end of the day, yes, our goal, our hope is to kind of help folks understand what's going on with the brands, what's going on with the fragrances and things of that nature. And it's to the company's company's benefit, of course, to have people talking about it. And no company wants anybody to say that their stuff is not good. But at the end of the day, you want that honest opinion, because you put it out, you enjoy it, you think that it's a great product, and that feedback is definitely good feedback one way or the other, if we're honest.
Yeah. The thing, like the word honest, in my opinion, is kind of like misuse, because you are honest, but you don't have to say that you're honest. It's just your experience.
Right.
You're honest to actually produce and say your experience and share your experience. But at the end of the day, it's your experience. My experience will be different. Sometimes will match. Oh yeah, I got it. And that's how community builds, because we cannot think alike. But that doesn't mean that when it doesn't smell exactly what the rest of the people are, because it's memories. And so many people came to me at Zenfest, and with a variety of like reactions. That was so like a focus group to me. And I figured out how, because not many influencers went to Zenfest, and there were more customers, right? Real customers and real fanatic of perfumery that they don't even know about groups on Facebook or the Instagram craze, or even the lion that is TikTok, right? So when they came to me, like they shared their experience, like this is real life, that when you touch grass, you don't know exactly what's happening outside of this, kind of like a bubble, if you want to call that way.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, let's go to the second phase of this beautiful experience with Lamborghini, and that's Avanguardia.
Okay.
This is when you drive the Lamborghini. You already sit in the Lamborghini. You already feel and smell the freshness of the leather seat, and then you're gonna turn the engine and do something boldness. And this is as bold as driving a Lamborghini.
Okay. Let's see what we got going on with this. So there's definitely a fruitiness here.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely a fruitiness.
It's like as a blast of fruitiness, right?
Yeah.
It's like a splash of fruitiness.
I'm trying to think.
It's definitely kind of dark.
Yeah.
Dark. But what kind of fruit? because that's exactly what the influencers, like, for example, there were one of the top influencers from Mexico and one of the top influencers here in America came to me and said, like, listen, what fruit is there? There's a fruit, right? Yeah, tell me the fruit. That's the key element. Tell me the fruit. And they were like a ping pong, like this one, that one, this one, that one. And then almost at the same time, they said to me, that fruit. Yes, that one. Because they were close enough. They were saying at the beginning, blackberries. The other one said like a kind of like blackberry, raspberry, kind of like that, kind of berry in a way. I say, yeah, you're getting close, but picture like a more darker than that.
Yeah, I almost get like a black cherry out of this.
Yes,
like a nice.
They say like a black cherry.
Dark black cherry is kind of what I get from this.
Yeah, and it's cherry. It's cherry, okay. But why black cherry? Because I don't know if you smell kind of like a medicinal cherry. Does it smell medicinal to you, or does it smell kind of like a boozy cherry?
Yeah, it's not quite boozy, but it's not the full-on medicinal cherry either that I've experienced before, right? But there is this. So I'll say this: it's almost like this cherry that's about to ferment, if that makes sense.
I love that.
It's on the cusp of going towards that booziness.
Kind of macerated, kind of like
it's like it's aged well, right?
Yeah. To me, I'm gonna tell you my experience. To me, I smell boozy cherry.
Okay.
But the way that you just put it out, like almost like that way, it's like, yeah, for sure. That's the way that I also feel. But I get it more boozy, and that's the beauty of this, because my experience is like I grew up eating maraschino. So when I used to hang with my uncles, my grandpa, my dad, they used to have a pool bar. Hey,
I'm still here. Don't worry. I'm still here. My camera froze.
They used to have a pool bar, and also they have like a salsodromo, like a salsa kind of like, place. So I grew up between all those guys smoking cigars and things like that, boozy all over the place, eating like crazy. So it's kind of like a little bit, kind of like those days from the mafia, right? It reminds me a lot when I watch Goodfellas, when Ray Liotta used to hang out with these mob guys when he was a kid. Yeah, it reminds me of those days. And I used to eat those marasquinos. So to me, I really, I have the perception of maraschino right off the bat when I smell it.
Yeah.
So when I smell, for example, Lost Cherry, or the cherries from Tom Ford, or other cherries, like I believe it's French Defense from... Yeah, I get that medicinal kind of vibe. Why? I explain this to the rest of the people that I've been doing live streams. There's no way to get oil from the cherry. You recreate this kind of aroma of the cherry aroma using aldehydes.
Okay.
So it's an aldehyde that you incorporate in the blend to produce that aroma. So there's a variety of aldehydes for that cherry effect. And there's a particular aldehyde. There's mainly 3 that they're always being used in perfumery. So the aldehyde that is present here in Avanguardia is definitely the cherry maraschino boozy vibe. Okay. And why boozy? Because it has Davana. And the Davana and the black violet kind of like infuse that kind of like experience that you just told me. You describe it like, I love the way that you describe that, because you said they're like a dark, and it's about to get, like, can you repeat that part?
That you get, it's on the verge of fermenting, right? It's on the verge of moving towards that.
Yeah, that word is perfectly, because fermenting doesn't mean that it's bad,
right?
Because you need the grapes to ferment to actually distill and get the wine. The same thing, like the cherry about to ferment it gives you that kind of boozy, kind of like in a way, a little bit starchy effect of a cherry. And the Davana gives that kind of boozy, kind of fermented kind of vibe. to let introduce to the rest of the composition, because believe it or not, this one has a little bit of mandarin, kind of like a grapefruit mandarin kind of vibe that is not super present, but it gives that kind of acidity effect of the cherry.
Okay.
So super realistic cherry, kind of like a boozy maraschino cherry.
Yeah.
But then the beauty is coming right behind. I'm gonna wait until you tell me your opinion about it.
There's also, so when I put it on scan, because you mentioned the violet.
Yeah, black violet.
But there's also this. I want to. It's not full on. I'm trying to think, because there's a slight green spicy underneath.
Yes, because believe it or not, it has a key element, like in, for example, in Pierezza. Pierezza also has the Havana, but it doesn't give you that kind of booziness kind of feel that I get when the maraschino with the cherry here. Okay, but the Havana here gives that booziness. But the key element here in Avanguardia is not the cherry, as many people are saying, because the cherry is the opening. But don't let the opening, like I said to you, like in the Middle Eastern perfume world, don't let the opening fools you.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't let the opening fools you. I understand they're getting better, the Middle Eastern brands, but the opening is kind of like the introductory part. But then the beauty of this is the fractionate patchouli. The fractionate patchouli, the patchouli per se is like really dark, really heavy, really gothic, dirty, kind of skanky in a way. But in this case, when you fraction the patchouli, you take all the skankiness of the patchouli, all the dark effect, the kind of like a hippie effect of the patchouli, and you just clean that part, and then the patchouli gets so smooth, woodier, elegant.
Yeah.
That's what it gives you, that elegant effect and very appealing effect. It's kind of like Akigala wood, but the opposite of Akigala wood is more woodier, more elegant. It's truly, truly amazing. This perfume is, so far, I don't want to tell you the insides, but I can tell you that like a fan base, the most popular because of the color, probably.
Yeah.
And because of the cherry. So people are reading the cherry, people are reading it's kind of like a patchouli, fractionate patchouli leather kind of vibe. Yeah, I love that. It sounds so amazing. Mandarin cherry, fractionate patchouli, styrax. Yeah, I want that. But it gets darker.
Yeah.
On my patient, for example, this one also has ISO super. So for certain people, it's gonna kind of like feel like a going away, but it won't go away. It will sit on your skin, or people surround you. They're gonna tell you, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" Because it has that appealing effect. It's super elegant, super mass appealing effect. On my skin, it gets powdery, but on my patient's skin, it gets so leathery, like a super leather, like really heavy leathers.
Yeah.
And like, whoa, because probably, because it has rose geranium, it has the fractionate patchouli, the black violet. So all combined gets to the leather facet, which is the styrax at the end.
Okay.
The top, and it has olivanum. To me, this one, you mentioned that Pierezza is kind of like your kind of like amouage kind of vibe. To me, Avanguardia, believe it or not, I found it more oriental, more balsamic of the three. This is the most balsamic, more oriental.
Yeah.
The olivanum, the frankincense, the styrax,
the frankincense. Yeah.
Yeah, the fractionate patchouli plus the black violet, that it pairs perfectly with the black cherry kind of maraschino vibe. So yeah, for sure, this is a win-win. It's a universal love for this.
Yeah.
I witnessed.
This is so immediately for me, this feels more now. I'm not, this wouldn't necessarily be for me for summer, but this could be definitely for those nice cooler months, right? Nice
Mhm.
spring evenings. I think this feels more evening to me as opposed to just a daily wear. As far as,
Romantic, romantic.
yes, this is more those intentional nights, right? This is more when there's a mood trying to be set. This is more when there's an impression trying to be made. And it doesn't push off of skin to like fill up the room, at least off of my skin. It does hang in the space. I'm picking it up even as I'm waving my hand around, but it does kind of invite more closeness than just announcement. This is one of those fragrances, yeah, that is going to be a nice date night romantic impression, after hours type of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you just said, and it perfectly matches what the theme or the idea that is behind this history of the third,
Hmm.
of the second phase, getting into the Lamborghini and
Hmm.
drive the Lamborghini. You're gonna
Yeah.
impress yourself. You're gonna
Yeah.
impress yourself. You're gonna have the boldness to actually drive a muscle car for the first time, or maybe
Hmm.
several times. I don't know, but yeah, you're gonna have that kind of feeling like I'm gonna be a winner. I'm gonna do something else. So if you want to impress, for example, for a day night, yeah,
Hmm.
he's gonna keep telling you, you smell so good. And if you're a woman, he's gonna keep saying, why you wear? Why you putting? Damn, it's so tantalizing my senses right now.
Yeah, because this is for me is definitely unisex.
Yeah,
This is definitely unisex. This would smell amazing on my wife, and yeah, we might match wearing this one day. Is this?
yeah. Marce and May, both of them, they pick Avanguardia. And
Hmm.
they were asking me, like, what do you think? What do you think? And like, I smell me. I said, what are you wearing? Avanguardia, what Avanguardia?
Hmm.
They run together because it's only, and I told them, like, we only have 13. No, really? They run together Avanguardia. Like, so funny, like those kind of experience, Kevin. Yeah, like definitely I will see more of that in the community, like,
Yeah.
flawless, original, like organic, like
Hmm.
that kind of like happiness and getting to, something like, not like a candy, but kind of like, I want to make it because I really love this one.
Hmm.
The same experience I saw with some other people, like, no, this is mine. For example, Steven, I'm going to tell you, he loves Perseveranza. And
Okay.
right off the bat, Perseverance is mine. He admired this. He loved this one. He definitely says what you said, it's appealing. It's for those kind of occasions.
Hmm.
But his spirit, the way that he wears perfumes, it was Perseveranza, as
Yeah.
well as Mask Forte. And the Mexican Eduardo, the number one Mexican France influencer, he was between Avanguardia and Perseveranza. So, and then other people were Perseveranza and Pierezza, and some other people were Avanguardia and Pierezza.
Hmm.
It was confusing for so many people. And that's the beauty of this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would want all three just because all three bottles look amazing. First of all, because we were talking while you were away, one of the things someone had put in the chat that Xerjoff might look at creating like a display case for this collection, that would have like the shield as well as just the bottles that could sit there in a nice glass display case. Be phenomenal. But these are works of art, right? Whenever I see a Xerjoff bottle, it's an impressive thing. But then the amount of detail and things that have gone into just these bottles, the colors, this color scheme, the gradient, all of that is just beautiful, beautiful. Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. See.
so we were displaying like that at the event.
Yeah.
And people were like, God damn it, how you guys do it? Just imagine, we have, for example, this bottle kind of like almost the same, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
This blue hope, by the way, is a beautiful mandarin perfume,
Uh-huh.
clear amber, and if you feel it, it's more like a rugged, and it doesn't have that soft texture as Avanguardia has, and it matches, because it's like the leather facet, the kind of like that bottle is invite you to go out. I don't know if you have that feeling, but to me, when I saw the bottle a couple months ago, I said, "Oh my God, this is gonna be like." I was seeing all the graphics and all the designs 2 months ago, and like, oh no, because I knew it's gonna be a craziness. Everybody would love to have the bottles. Everybody would like to, it's a Lamborghini piece, kind of like that. And believe it or not, Kevin, between June and half of July, I've been receiving messages that people are saying, "Hey, can you please tell me if it's a limited collection?" No, it's not. Are you sure? Because everybody's saying on TikTok it's limited. No, it's not. It's not a limited. So they want to grab it just because they don't want to miss the FOMO, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So FOMO is like, okay, great. For the brand, for any kind of brand, we would like to see that. But it's just, put it together, putting the name here like that, kind of go, and then the shield, the Lamborghini shield, and the whole black cap. It's like, it matches exactly like a Lamborghini, a piece of a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's stunning. It's stunning. And the smell is
beautiful. Yeah. But this one definitely, this is one, if I had to choose between this and the first one, for me, the way I wear fragrances, the way I like things right now, this would probably be my first choice, just because this one is kind of that. The first one is nice. There's the freshness of it, what have you. You could wear it pretty much any time, but this one just feels more special, if that makes sense. This feels more intentional. This feels more like I'm wearing this with a purpose and a design and a plan. That's what this one feels like.
Yeah, you sound like a winner, eh? When you perfumes, yeah. I want to be a winner, eh?
Yeah.
That give you that confidence, right?
Yeah. This is that's definitely solid.
Solid. It is solid. For sure, like I said, you don't have to, love every single one. But yeah, I understand why when the people resonate with each one of them, or just one or maybe two, why is the reaction like that, And yeah, through the brand, it's also the favorite one, for sure. Like everybody's talking about it. Like, and I'm honest, like one bottle, it feels like, at least with Avanguardia, what I see, you might need also a backup bottle, or buy several samples or whatever it needs to be with you.
Yeah.
Or kind of like not the daily driver as Pierezza, but you need a like, okay, I'm going to go out and I need a replenishment. So I need to replenish this.
Yeah.
Also, maybe, like a sample or something like spray.
It's one of those that you definitely it feels like one of those that you might have the bottle in the house, but you also keep a bottle in the car, just because you never know when it's going to be more appropriate, right? Yeah. It's that type of a fragrance for me, where it's like it's one of those that you wear with intentionality for me.
It leaves a trail. It leaves you, because it speaks for yourself.
Yeah.
For you, it's like it leaves you the first impression that you want to make with this perfume, and then people will recognize you for sure. On my patient, it lasts until the day after.
Oh wow!
So leathery. On me, powdery as a baby butt. powdery, so powdery. Like I can't believe it, because of the black violet. Black violet on me is like, for example, what is the Fahrenheit, the Dior own parfum, the Dior Fahrenheit parfum.
Okay.
It's so powdery on me. You have no idea. And I love it because of that. I love violet. I love violet in perfume. Like violet's probably also being utilized in vintage perfumery, well, perfumes that I wore when I was a kid, when I was young, you know. But yeah, I love violet. Violet and lavender.
Yeah.
Two goes, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
sure. Wow. So it gets leathery, kind of like more leather, like a more ragged leather than compared to Pierezza, or you think it's a sequel?
So there is a leatheriness off of my skin it's not as soft as the suede I get from the first one. It does feel a little more, it feels a little more harsher leather. And when I say harsh, I don't mean like the harsh, dark black leather, but it doesn't feel as soft. This is leather jacketish, but like a nice leather jacket, right? Not the way I would describe it is not Hell's Angel Motorcycle Club leather jacket.
Yeah.
This is more, the leather jacket you got from Wilson's in the mall when you're in high school. This is that type of leather where there's still a softness to it, but it's not as soft as like the suede there as far as off of my skin. I do get what you're talking about as far as the powderiness, because it's kind of like this, it's almost a powdery leather off of my skin. Where I get I'm attributing that violet to and that lavender to, but it's more.
Well, it's more like a violet because that's lavender. This
not
one,
lavender, yes, violet.
The violet, and the patchouli. The patchouli. Thank God, they actually use fractional patchouli instead of a regular patchouli, because it gives that kind of elegant vibe. It's a Lamborghini, so Lamborghini team cannot choose something that smells like like your hippie or your leather ragged jacket, like like a very dark and skanky leather. No,
right.
You cannot pick something like that because a Lamborghini won't smell like that.
Correct.
So it makes sense what they use fractional patchouli to make it more elegant and not as a ragged, rough leather that not many people will enjoy it. So it won't match for you or seeing yourself driving a Lamborghini, because this is the face when you actually drive a Lamborghini. This is when you drive a Lamborghini. It's kind of bold perfume, to be honest, even though that is mass appealing. It's kind of like a bold perfume, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But some people know they think it's super mass appealing, and that's okay. But it's kind of bold because to me it's kind of linear. It's just one way straight, and that's exactly what you need when you drive a Lambo. Don't make any curve with a Lambo. Yeah, I like it. I love it. I will wear it. I'm so happy that I can wear this whenever I want it. But Pierezza is still my kind of like on top of. I prefer to wear Pierezza more often.
Okay.
Keep reserve Avanguardia for kind of like classy, upscale, make a first impression, or like feel like I want to go out at night and leave an impression. That's Avanguardia. So
I agree that Perseveranza is definitely that one that you could kind of just spray and go almost. And then this one is, like I said, for me, this just feels more intentional. This feels more selective. This feels more this is one of those where you get your entire outfit together and this is considered part of your outfit. You need to, this is one of those that you are deciding even from the very beginning of what you're going to wear that evening. This is also part of that thing that you're deciding, no, this is the night that I'm wearing that. I'm breaking that out. This isn't just a grab and go type of a fragrance. This is one of those that it definitely has some intentionality. It has some situational to it. That's where it best fits, in my opinion.
Yep. I like the way that you say fermented cherry, because I like, thank you. It's going to help me more from when I do my write-ups on Instagram. Because I just uploaded my write-up of Pierezza today with a picture that I took, because 99% of the pictures that I post on Instagram, that's Amore, is taken by me.
Okay.
All of them. Like pretty much the one that you see that is by computer.
Yeah.
From me, it's from the team.
Okay.
But we kind of like quit they actually told me to stop sharing posts like that from them, more like sharing the post, and then you create your own.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been creating my own since basically the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yes, the third year that I've been creating a lot.
Mhm.
So sometimes I imagine something, I say, oh, that's a picture. And then I don't know how I try to make it. Like,
Awesome. Awesome. All right. You ready to jump into this last one?
oh yeah, the last one is the third phase of the Lamborghini collection. And this is called Perseveranza. Perseverance is perseverance.
Okay.
And yeah, you have the perseverance to keep driving a Lamborghini. You finish driving the Lamborghini, you got the whole experience, and then you're gonna find the peace and calm and relaxation after driving a Lamborghini, but thinking about like, I'm gonna do it again and again. I'm gonna be perseverance to actually achieve all my goals. And it's gonna give you that kind of aroma of peacefulness, calmness. You have a relaxed moment. I've been watching videos about Perseveranza, and after you give me your thoughts, we'll discuss about it. Because, like I said, I've been witness how many people were keen on this one on top of the first two.
Yeah, because this one, there's more spice in this one than in the first two, for sure.
Well, it has ginger opening. That's
Okay.
right off the bat. The ginger is like right on your face because ginger is being popular in many fragrances, not only Middle Eastern, also niche and designers lately. So ginger is being present like crazy.
But there's something else there as far as the opening.
Yeah, in the opening because of the ginger, but there's something that it makes people thinking about kind of like a herbs. I saw videos about like describing like in a weird way, but no, precisely because if you smell citronella, which is citron, and that's that the key element of this one, the cedrat. The cedrat is very lemony. It's like incredible lemony. So that's the issue with people who actually don't get along with cedrat, which is citronelle, and ginger. That kind of combination is too much for them. And also there's another note that is a pimento berry, which is not your pimento. There's not your pimento the pimento bellies or belly pimentos that you find on Whole Foods and your local market. No are the pimentos here. So I even watch videos that they put a picture of a pimento and cutting pimento. It's not a pimento.
Okay.
It's called pimento berries, kind of like a little dots. Okay. And those are utilized in aftershave.
Okay.
Barbershop, for example. Old Spice has pimento. Scandal by Roya has pimento. And then if you go and take a look of the whole aftershave barbershop perfumes, why? Because they have the pimento berry that they call it pimento. I believe one of the newest Amouage has pimento. I believe Decisions, I don't know which one, but one of the latest Amouage has pimento as well. Okay. So in here, my opinion, and this is what I'm telling you because there's more notes that they're not listed in the website, it's a Fougere perfume.
Okay.
That's why, for example, Max Forte, he loves Fougere. His main thing is Fougere. He loves Fougere. He's been known by loving Fougere. Steven as well. That's why both of them, they picked Perseveranza. And it has a Fougere vibe. Why? Because believe it or not, in this one has lavender.
Oh, wow.
It has lavender and it gets minty, kind of coniferous vibe in between, just in between. But the opening is going to give you that kind of herbal, kind of like a fresh grass cutting in the morning with like a dew point, kind of like resting on top of it. But in reality, it's just, the cedrat and the ginger that it gives you that kind of lemony lemongrass vibe. That for some, they say like it smells like a kitchen herbs. And it's like, can you imagine Lamborghini picking a perfume that smells like kitchen? I don't think so, right? No, I don't think so. But to each their own, if you don't like the perfume, that's it. But that just imagine before, or think about it before you say something, because Lamborghini won't pick a perfume that smells like kitchen.
Right.
Not even because they're Italian and they love, their spices, their, hams, and the whole cuisine is like a lot of pasta, a lot of things, this and that. Yeah, but no, they didn't pick up a perfume that smells like kitchen. So there's a lavender. I'm going to show you here. There's lavadin. Okay. And here is Bulgarian lavender, which is more refined. Okay. But both of them are refined. But let me show you how the Bulgarian lavender smells. Okay. And let me show you how the lavadin look.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm going to put it. I'm going to open it. Of course, the whole entire perfume oil, use is not going to look like green, but take a look.
Yeah, you can definitely see, the color on it. Absolutely.
Why? Because, like when you get the oil from lavender and it doesn't come purple. You see the purple lavender, right? You pick lavender, immediately gets purple in your mind. I don't know. My mind, lavender is always purple. But believe it or not, when you do the whole composition and get the oils, you get this green, coniferous. Why? Because lavender belongs to the minty family.
Okay.
The family. So in a way, it's super minty. You know what it smells? This smells like Caron. I don't know if you have Caron, if you ever wear Caron in your life, but I'm a fan of Caron. I love Caron. My uncles used to wear Caron, and since then, that's why one of the reasons that I love and I perceive Fougères is because I love Caron. This is your original Puron de Caron. Okay, look at the color, like this kind of like green, yellowish color. And this is exactly like a smell like that. So Puron de Caron is like your perfect Fougère. Okay, this is in fact, the Fougère, the very first Fougère was the Hooligan, right? So that's how the Fougères started, with the Hooligan. But and then for example, this, I have my other two Carons. So that lavender that you smell in this oil is there in this Caron.
Okay. Here
in Perseveranza is there, but it's being kind of like embraced by other ingredients. So basically, it's not on your face, it's not the main note. Why? Because the main note in this perfume is vetiver.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the very first Xerjoff perfume that is a straightforward vetiver. But the opening, I understand why people get kind of like confused. And as influencers, you need to, guide your viewers. Yeah, you probably don't like the perfume, but at least, try to understand the composition of the perfume in order for your viewers to hear the close enough the description of the perfume. Because you are a communicator, you are an influencer, you need to communicate the proper description. Know your complete experience, because your complete experience is something else. But when you actually tell to your viewers, you're going to put it out something that you do the research. In this case, the main note is vetiver, but it's kind of like surrounded by other notes. Like, for example, that really kind of harsh opening, just in the opening. But as it dry down this perfume, it gets to another level. To me, This is the more complex. This is the more niche. And this has almost 3 facets, because that opening that is harsh for some people, it goes away immediately.
Yes.
Then I can feel that kind of lavender, green. Yeah.
On my skin, like when I first sprayed it, it gave me this, like I said, the spice. There was an underlying greenness that I kind of picked up with it as well, but I think it was the greenness. But that opening has gone away, right? This has turned into something that the dry down is nice. It's still that greenness there from the vetiver, what you're saying, but the other things that are around it. But yeah, this is one that, in all honesty, is kind of the poster child for needing to take your time with the fragrance. Because if, in all honesty, if I just went off of the initial spray, I'd be like, nah, Roth, this isn't it. However, as it's dried down, I get it, right? I get, because there is a complexity to this. There is a transition that definitely happens from the opening to even just, we're now just a few minutes into this. This is still not my number one of the 3, but I can see the appeal of it, right? I can definitely get how I can get the Fougere vibes off of this one for sure. Because there is that, yes.
No, go ahead.
No, there is that feeling of, because whenever I think of Fougere-ish, I think of not full on barbershop vibes, if you will, but definitely that kind of feel of it. And I get the whole story of this from beginning to end, that this is not how can I put it? So let me just kind of speak to, this is another one that can be a daily driver type fragrance. This feels like it could work in a variety of situations. This isn't necessarily an evening intentional fragrance, but it is one that, if this is kind of what you're prone to, this could almost be signature scentish for the right person. This could be that fragrance that somebody just wears as their fragrance. This could be just their story.
Yes.
Yeah.
The curious case is at Scentfest, I have a experience, like, it was so funny. There were a couple, and he's kind of like a frat head, and he wants to start putting out content. I was talking to him like, listen, why you don't do this and that? I was helping him. And then I said, like, because the interaction between him and his wife was hilarious. And I said, listen, I'll give you a key. Why you don't both of you sit down and start making content, both of you? Because people love the interaction between the wife or the girlfriend or significant other in front of camera. They want that kind of
that insight,
reality show vibe. In a way, when you put you sit down with your significant other, and then you put it in the camera and press record, it attracts people, because that kind of like need for the reality show, and it's projected by couple. So she came and smelled the perfume, and then he said, I want to smell the Lamborghini because it caught my attention. Okay, so spray all 3, and then he said, oh my God, the Avanguardia is amazing. He was like, and then she was like, I don't think so. You know what? I love the green one, because you can pronounce the name. I said, oh, Perseveranza, yes, I love it. And then he made a face like, what? Why you like that? It's like, well, I like it a lot, and actually I will love it on you. And he said, no way. So what he did, he sprayed Avanguardia and sprayed Perseveranza. So they went to, walking around the whole event, and they came back like almost 2 hours later and said, hey, bro, she was right. I love Perseveranza. It changed my mind. I love Avanguardia, but I like when it develops. Yeah, I told you, put it on the skin and let it sit. Let it dry it out, and you will find out that you have another option. So if you go to my Perseveranza unboxing on Instagram, you will see his comment, and he said, "The one." So I'm not kind of making it up. This is a story. This is a real story that it happens to me, and it was funny to see it because he was insistent that if he wears that perfume, he will love it a lot.
Yeah,
and that goes to show you when you're touching grass. When you touch grass and you see other experience, you're gonna be outside of this bubble that is only telling you sweet, 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 gourmand, gourmand. No, you need to expand it because you want to smell like every other people around you. No, you also need perfumes like this, that is something different, that it will develop something else on you. And if you ask me 10 years ago, I will tell you this smells like the same cilantro that I use for making ceviche. It's very simple. Yeah, but my nose developed because I read, I sniff oils, I get along with perfumers, with people in the industry. So I smell a lot, not only perfumes, also ingredients.
Yeah.
Share moments with perfumers. I had that kind of blessed, because being blessed with this, relationship that I built. And now my nose, I can perceive like, oh, yeah. And immediately I said, this kind of coniferous kind of vibe, this has to be lavender. And that's it. When I look at the notes, it's not listed, but it has lavender. It has cloves. So the cloves and the lavender, it has to be there for a fougere. What is a fougere? You need your oakmoss, you need your bergamot, you need your lavender. So, and coumarin. You need coumarin. And what is coumarin? Tonka beans. So it has that. But it's kind of like not completely listed because you're not going to call it like it's a lavender perfume because it's vetiver. The vetiver is the main note. But the way that it comes off at the beginning, it gives you that kind of like impression, like a fresh cut or whatever you want to call it. But if you develop to more perfumes like these Carons, for example, you will figure it out like, oh, this is the creme de la creme of fougères,
Yeah.
So back in the day, there weren't more releases like in the last probably 5-7 years. 5-7 years started increasing to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now it's more like 7,000 releases per year.
Yeah,
back
crazy.
in the day, like, for example, I have pictures of back in the day. We're waiting for Christmas, Father's Day, Mother's Day to see new releases. To see new releases, can you believe that? Just to see new releases.
Right.
So they weren't like this. Like almost every other week you find new releases. Well, back in the day, it was more Chypras and fougères, Kevin. Chypras and fougères. Like, for example, can you believe I have Anteos? This is the window promoting Anteos.
Wow.
So have you ever wear Anteos?
No.
No. Have you ever tried to put Anteos on your skin? Probably not, right? Well, yeah, I used to wear Anteos, and I love it. Where is my Anteos? I don't know where is it, but it has to be with the Chanel's. I don't know, but I have my Anteos, and I love my Anteos. It's like, that's a powerful perfume. Yeah, try it on yourself. This is my vintage Anteos.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, so Anteos, or for example, was another window, like I found it. This was my go-to perfume.
Okay.
Givenchy. This is the very first German Givenchy. What else? Let me show you what people were wearing before also. It was on the windows, the Kuros.
I remember Kuros, yes.
Yeah, so I didn't like Kuros, but I love Anteos. And many people don't like Anteos, not even now, even that it was super reformulated. I love Anteos. So it's not like I'm telling you need to love what I love, but in this DNA of Akigala wood, vanillas,
Mm-hmm.
ones, orange blossom. You don't want something different? I perceive that Perseveranza is the most artistic,
Yeah.
more niche, and it develops to another perfume that you might discover later on if you give it a chance.
Yeah.
If you give it a chance. But I understand not many people will appreciate it. But it surprised me that people outside of the influencer or kind of like the real customers, they truly love Perseverance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's growing on me, even as I'm letting it kind of sit on skin. It's growing to where, and again, this is just even my journey in this fragrance space. There are things that I know 2 years ago when I first put nose on, I didn't get, and I was like, that's not good. But now I went back and smelled, I forgot what it was. I went back and smelled it. I'm like, okay, I get it now. And so one of the things just understanding is that, especially, for some of us, it is just a matter of the nose developing and growing. And, the same thing, like when you were a kid, you didn't like, I didn't like Brussels sprouts, right? I couldn't stand Brussels sprouts when I was a kid. Now, when I go out to a restaurant and they have, nice charred Brussels sprouts, it might end up on my plate because I can appreciate them now because I've matured. And same thing with fragrances is that sometimes things that we don't necessarily like at the beginning, after some time, we might start to appreciate it. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be your favorite that you go to all the time, but it may be something that you didn't appreciate at first, but now you can appreciate it. And with this one, it's like I said, it's because of how this is shifted, because that opening, as you said, that opening is very different than how this ends up and how this is right now. That opening, it kind of was like, Ralph, I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
But now that I've had it on skin, it's like, okay, I can see it. I can grasp it. I get it. And I love how all three of these do kind of tell the story of the Lamborghini experience. I think that that's one of the reasons that I love niche fragrances is because there's the story. I love hearing the story of the fragrance. I love hearing the story behind what the intent is. I love hearing what the experience that you are stepping into when you smell it, because all these fragrances should give you an experience. They should give you a memory or something of that nature. They should be able to tell you a story. And this definitely is a great experience smelling all of these things. Absolutely.
Yes. Well put together. Like I mentioned, Lamborghini won't pick a perfume like it's gonna be a slouch. It's gonna be just like a easy, like a how you call it, easy grab, like easy grab, like a how you call cash grab.
Easy reach.
It's no, like a cash grab.
Oh yeah. They wouldn't do it as a cash grab. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
No, that actually they're very picky. They're very selective, and they know what they're doing. Besides, of course, with their old knowledge from Sergio Momo, he guides the team, and the team at the end selected, and then Sergio agrees, and they ended up with 3 beautiful perfumes that is for everyone, basically. Like if you're kind of like a fougere, kind of like a very gentleman, very like well put together, more mature kind of perfume, Perseveranza, because the peacefulness, the calmness, that lavender and petitgrain, they're used to give you calmness and relaxation. Do you know that, right? But when you drink a chamomile tea, they always put lavender there. Why? Right. Because it gives you that, because of the mintiness. If you put the Vicks that you rub on your chest, it has lavender as well. Why? Because the lavender gives you that effect. Then you have the boldness, the one that is the confidence, the one that you're gonna drive the Lamborghini, the daily drive, not the daily drive, the day night, more like a nocturnal kind of perfume vibe. And then your daily driver, I saw Erica drop a comment, and then she loves Pierezza. And Pierezza, is a daily driver. It's also appealing because it's easy to grab, woodier, and it has that kind of floral aspect in a way that is perceived with certain people, especially in summer. Even though that is orange, because it's not red, it's orange. It has a blue kind of backbone, which is the Calon, the Marina Corps.
Yeah.
That's that, So I'm so happy for this collection, and we'll see the future. We'll see what's coming in the future. As Sergio Momo said, it's just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning.
Yeah. I'm, like I said, when it was announced, I kind of suspected. It was between when you kind of told me something big is coming, and you in our conversation, you're just like, there's some people that are going to be really, really upset that they couldn't necessarily get into this because it's right up their alley. I was like, okay, what brand is big enough? What brand would be kind of that brand, that holy grail type of brand? And it was two car companies, right? I won't mention the other one, but Lamborghini was the other one that I was like, it's going to be one of those two. And so when the announcement was made, I was like, I knew it, I kind of picked it, but also just from the aspect of just the brand story of Lamborghini and the brand story of Xerjoff coming together and now creating this new collaborative brand story. I would love to see, I don't know if there's any plans, but I would love to see kind of where this continues to go. If there are other things maybe in the pipeline that are being thought about and maybe continuing, or is this just kind of a one-shot deal? My suspicion is that there's probably some other ways that you might be looking, that Xerjoff and Lamborghini might be looking to even take this to maybe another round, maybe next year or something like that. But this is a great first start,
Well, it belongs to the Blends collection, and the Blends collection give you that freedom to develop your imagination, your show your craftsmanship, your how you call how you are mastered on your own, your own genre. For example, Champagne de Ménage, Maison de Ménage is a maison that is very popular among their industry, and one of the largest champagne catalogs in the whole entire world, in the history as well. That's why they carry the Louis 15, and the Louis 15 was the king that actually allowed to distribute the champagne for everyone. So that's why it says 1722.
Okay.
So everything matches. If you see the bottles, it has the fleur de lis, and the fleur de lis is in the Champagne de Ménage. So here the logo of Automobili Lamborghini. So ideas come floating, keep coming, and it's just a matter of put it together in the well manner and the most luxurious manner, and then it's a gift to the customers.
Yeah.
It's a gift to the customer because it's a story behind, with a lot of craftsmanship, a lot of ideas inside, and it could develop for more. Yeah. It's not only one chapter. If you take a look of the history of the Blends collection, it never ended up.
Yeah. I mean, this is great. I'm definitely going to be looking for. You said that the launch is happening for the U.S. You said next month is when you're kind of going out to.
On the weekend of the 16, 17, and 18 in Monterey, California.
Gotcha. Okay. And then we should start to be able to see them. Those that, just for the audience that wants to put nose on them, of course, they can go on Xerjoff. They could order a sample from the Xerjoff website. Could they not?
Yes. You can order directly from us in the meantime.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they cheaped it out with this, but I don't believe it. I'm not sure if we're going to introduce this box in the near future, but you can get it in the other box, and you will receive the 3 Lamborghini perfumes plus 1, because in the other box that we have, in the wider box, you can put 4.
Right.
So, like I said, there's nothing concrete about bringing this box back, but this box was given to the guests at the Milan party.
Okay.
It's a really piece of collector, because believe it or not, around the world there's a lot of Lamborghini collectors, and the Lamborghini collectors collects everything. Like You won't imagine. You know, through our Instagram because they figured it out. They thought that we collab with Lamborghini to make a car, and they say, "Oh yeah, the Xerjoff Revuelto car." No, we make perfumes, no a Revuelto special for Lamborghini. So I met a driver in San Francisco when I was getting into the hotel, and I saw his car. I said, like, "Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I love my car. Yeah, do you know that we collab with Lamborghini? Yeah, well, like the recent release, right? The new Revuelto. One new Revuelto. No, I show my Instagram. We are the Italian luxury brand called Xerjoff, and we make a perfume with it. Perfumes? No, it's a new Revuelto, Sergio. No, it's not. So that was kind of like funny. I was like, I want to smell it, but I didn't have the samples. I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And then I told him, like, you just go, and he follows me on Instagram.
Okay.
Then I said, like, you can go to the website, get the samples, or just wait until we start distributing here in America. So, of course, Neiman's and Saks, and then little by little to certain Nordstrom, certain dealers, because dealers now carrying Sergio in certain dealers, not every dealers.
Yeah.
So you have more alternative because not many cities have Saks or Neiman's, but dealers is more like, you know, everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not many dealers, not many Nordstroms, and not many Bloomingdale's.
Okay.
But mainly Saks and Neiman Marcus.
Okay.
At the end of August, beginning of September. That's when you see the display and probably some events running by the distributor. But the only event that we ran already so far with the Lamborghini collection was in Milano for the introduction of the Lamborghini in the whole world, in Italy as well. And at Fest, we actually brought it as a token of appreciation in the collection before the official launch here in United States at Monterey Beach, at Pebble Beach. We want to introduce this collection.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll definitely be popping over to the Neiman's if they have it here in Phoenix, because it'll definitely be good to see them in the store, be actually able to put hands on the bottle for a little bit and kind of see. And of course, like I told you before, I'll make sure that they have the caps turned right, because I went to one store and the caps were turned all kinds of ways. So
unfortunately, people doesn't realize that in the cap it says clearly Sergio.
Yes.
So the design of the bottle, we don't have a metal cap. You know, it will be, you know, too much. But many people thinking that this is the proper way, and it's not. No, it's not, because it's not how the company start making these caps.
Yeah.
There are distinctive caps, and they're like this. This goes to the front because that's what it says Sergio there, or Casamorati, and it doesn't go this way. Yeah. At the end, you buy the bottle, you can do whatever you wanted, but the best display. For example, many people share with me, hey, can you share my post? And then I see AI, or I see the caps backwards.
Yeah.
We have a thing, like a pet peeve in the whole entire brand, that as soon as we see this, we always do this. Wherever we go, even me, people start working for the brand. I'm like, no, it's not like this. It's like this.
Well, see, because when you told me that, because the last time we had a conversation and you told me that, I was like, okay, I get it. It makes sense. And so now whenever I go into a store and I'm seeing it, I'm also, even though I don't work for Xerjoff, just because I get, you want the best presentation. I want Xerjoff to succeed. I want the other brands that I know, familiar with, what have you. And so I'm going in there, and in fact, I think I told you I was in one of our Dillards, and they had the caps all kind of way. And I kind of told the salesperson why that, they should turn them that way. And they're like, okay. So the next time we went in, they were turned the correct way.
You see that? Yeah, because that goes to show you an example of how influencers, content creators in this content creator atmosphere can produce, spread out their correct info, not the info that it comes from your guts.
Yeah.
because you can mislead people like that.
Right.
It's no good. If you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, just do whatever you want. But the correct, proper way is to inform people.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, when you go to dealers or any of these stores, and then someone will listen to you, say, "Hey, do you know about your thing? Tell me about it. How can I?" And then you're gonna introduce yourself. Yes, I'm a content creator. I do this, and that. I can help you out. You can follow me, and then you got followers out of nowhere, original and legitimate followers, because you just met it and show your knowledge. That it will increase. The more that you smell, the more that you sniff perfume, the more it's gonna prompt you to learn more and to smell more. From designers to all the way to niche to like, for example, in my case, oils.
Yeah.
I have molecules here.
So that's what I got this from Amazon. This has like some of those essential oils. And so this helps me just, again, put my nose on a variety of things.
Yes.
So I can, again, just train my nose better. So, I can understand lavender versus vanilla versus cedarwood, sandalwood, what have you. So I'm probably going to get a bigger set in a little bit, just because, again, just because I really enjoy this, love this, and I want to make sure that I'm doing my part to communicate accurately. I want to know not just what the note breakdown is, but also what things are not necessarily there, but how they kind of may be kind of coming through in the fragrance as well.
Yes, because that's the beauty of this. You can upgrade because you're hunting for more, because you love this, right?
Yeah.
If you can make any profit of it, wonderful. I always encourage people to do that. Always. But in the meantime, try to get the proper, knowledge, or develop your proper knowledge.
Yeah.
And little by little, you're just gonna find like a tune it. You tune it like a tune a car. You tune your nose, you tune your knowledge, and then you're gonna get out of probably better outcomes, and become popular or probably work for a brand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to wrap up for tonight, but I definitely appreciate you, Raf. Appreciate you sharing this experience. For the audience, again, he's got the bottles there. In fact, let's go ahead and make it so that you all get that lasting image of.
This is Pierezza. This is Avanguardia. And this is Perseveranza. This is your vetiver perfume. This is your cherry perfume. And this is your spicy kind of suede leather perfume with marine accords. This is also leathers, like a more heavy leather. And this is more fresh, spicy, lemony kind of vibe. If you want to summarize the whole explanation quickly, that's exactly what it is. And it is this, like when you enter into the Lamborghini, this is when you drive the Lamborghini, and this is when you finish driving the Lamborghini and you feel the peace and calm and relaxation. So this is the 3 phases of experience in the Blends collection, the new Xerjoff and Lamborghini collaboration.
All right, thank you. Yeah, beautiful. Again, great story, amazing story. Abshan, this is what we do. This is what I like to do, is to really just help brands and let brands tell their story and have the conversation. So definitely appreciate. Rafa, I'm going to put you back in the backstage for just a moment, and then we're going to wrap up here in just a moment. All right.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. Take care, everyone.
And also, Raf, let me get your. If you're not following Raf on Instagram, definitely make sure you do that. Let me get his Instagram here.
Xerjoff, that's amore.
That's it. You see that? It's also the name that he's got right there. Just search that up. You'll find him. Make sure you're following him on IG. Lots of great stuff. And maybe we'll catch those clues of anything else that's coming that he can't necessarily talk about, but might be clues there. So definitely appreciate that. All right, everyone, listen, I appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for this evening. Hopefully that has been, you got the experience of through my experience of the new Xerjoff Lamborghini collaboration. Definitely solid. Look for it in your local stores, or as Ralph said, you can go onto their website. You can go ahead and order the discovery, or order the samples. That way you can experience it, check it out, see if you like it, see what you prefer, which ones are your must-haves of this Holy Grail collection. All right, that's it for this one. Be on the lookout. We have more content coming, of course, throughout the week. If you're still looking, I have a couple of things that are on pre-order right now where you can save some money. As far as a couple of Michael Malone fragrances, you can check those out on the store at smellgoodzfragrances.com. You can check that out, as well as other decants that I may have available. More stuff coming soon, so be mindful of that. And if you're not following me on Instagram, if you're not following me on TikTok, I'd appreciate that as well, just because I'm starting to grow there as well. Just look for SmellGoodz on IG, SmellGoodz IG, and then on TikTok, just SmellGoodz. And we will see you all next time, next video. You all have a great one. Be blessed. Have a great evening, everyone.